Oh, great. That's just great.
I did not kill him.
You know, it's been over 30 years since the original Terminator came out. Why do you think the Terminator is still such an enduring kind of property?
I think that certain characters kind of stick. It's also because Jim Cameron, I think he's done such an extraordinary job with creating the character, the way that the first movie was written, and the way the second one, and all this. It was just done well, and it made people kind of fall in love with that character. And it was also a character where you're able to do kind of really brutal things, but you get away with it because you're a machine. And at the same time, you can be switched over and programmed to be a protector and to be a good machine. So, he goes back and forth from being a protector to being this machine that destroys anything. Like in this movie now, Terminator is, really, strikes out viciously against anyone that is even coming close to Sarah Connor. And he makes a real effort to protect the human race down the line. He's not always successful, but because there's other forces that come in. But that's what makes the character really an endearing character, and people really enjoy that.
Do you think you would have been as interested in doing another Terminator if it wasn't for this sort of like turning everything on its head kind of approach?
I think that people like to be surprised with the different stories and the different rules and stuff like that. So they enjoy following it. And I think that, the amount of young kids today that have watched Terminator, that were not born when they did Terminator, 1, 2, or 3. And the little kids that come up to me and says, "Oh, I just watched Terminator. I love you in Terminator." So it's amazing how this story continues on because of TV and the technology today of downloading movies and seeing it on your iPad, seeing it on your iPhone and all this. So there's so many ways of watching those movies now, or on an airplane, whatever. So this is really terrific. That's why this character is today bigger than ever before.
Well, it's funny you mentioned like iPhones and iPads because, when the original first two movies, was warning us about technology. And one of the producers the other night was saying, like, now people line up for hours overnight for technology. Is it a little strange for you to see, like, we've gone from people who are afraid of technology to almost being sort of like addicted to it in a way?
Well, I think that what you see, and especially in this movie, in the fifth one, what you will see is how people really get seduced into technology and how they start accepting it. And this is basically the story here on Terminator 5. And what is fascinating to me is what appeared to be in 1984 totally kind of wacky, kind of futuristic dialogue and stuff is becoming a reality. And it's amazing of how Jim Cameron has seen that future. But he of course is very savvy with technology and all that. So it was really fantastic to see that.